Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's meditation session. My name is Nishant. Um, Renu was going to join me in today's session, and we were going to do it as a couple. However, she had her vaccination yesterday, so that has knocked her out a bit. So you're going to have to bear with me for today. Um, Hope you all are enjoying the nice sunny weather that we are receiving these days. Um, so, as you must have seen in the WhatsApp messages, tonight's session is about how to let go stress and uh, basically management of stress avoidance, and if we do have stress, then how do we cope with it using Sahaja Yoga. Before I start in earnest, I'd like to know if there are anybody participating in today's session for the very first time. You can send us a message on chat. Thank you, Hendrika. The reason I'm asking about anybody who is joining us for the first time is that James, fantastic. Thank you. The reason I'm asking is so that we can give you initiation, introduction into Sahaja Yoga, the meditation technique, what it is, and the experience, the initial experience of it. Um, First, in a separate room, obviously on Zoom, one of my good friends will help you out with that. So I suppose only Henrika and James. Anybody else who's joined us for the first time today? Okay, looks like it's just the two of you. So, David, would you be kind enough to add them into a separate room, please?
Oh, hi, Nishan. Yeah, they are already in the room. I think just James still needs to join, but yeah, Andre, Jagri,
Okay,
Enrico.
okay. 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 In that case, let's start. So I'll start with the basic thing that we do first when we start our meditation sessions is we take a bandhan. Now, for people who have joined us very recently, fairly recently, and have not yet come across what a bandhan is, I'll just illustrate before we actually take the bandhan. So, as it was mentioned earlier, that we have two aspects of our subtle system, the left channel and the right channel, left channel being our desire and the right channel being our channel of action. So the bandhan is basically amalgamation of our left channel, with which we desire that our kundalini has to rise up from its base, from its dormant state, and come to the top of the sahasrara. So that's the desire. With the right, what we do is that's our channel of action. So with the right hand, while we are expressing our desire for the kundalini to rise all the way to the top, we are giving it a bandhan and bringing it to the head, up to the sahasrara chakra. At the top, we give it a imaginary knot. That's the first one. We do this two more times. The second time we give 2 knots, and the third time we again 3 knots. Why 3? Well, because we have 3 channels: left, right, and center. After that, we keep our left hand the screen, and I'll sharing a photograph of Shri Mataji there. So we will keep our left hand towards Shri Mataji's photograph, and with the right hand we do a semicircle around us 7 times, once for each center, for each of our chakras. This is giving protection to our individual chakras. Sorry, give me a second. I think James, I by mistake started screen sharing. Okay. David, are you able to add James to the other room, please?
Yeah, I locked the meeting as well. Yeah.
Please, yes. So, as I said, that is the protection that we give to our 7 energy centers. So let's begin with abundant. So I'm gonna start the screen share. So let's take the bundle. So it's left hand and then the right hand around it, going all the way up from inside out. The 3 knots, and then 7 times protection to our energy centers. The next thing that we're going to do is what is called balancing, in which um, we first begin with our left hand towards Shri Mataji's photograph and the right hand towards Earth, Mother Earth. If you are sat on a chair, then like me, you place your hand facing towards Mother Earth, just this way. If you are sat on the ground, very well, you can touch the Mother Earth. And in this, we close our eyes and we pray that all the imbalances and all the negativities that are affecting our left channel be kindly taken away into the Mother Earth. While doing this, we maintain our attention on the top of our head in the Sahasrara chakra and observe the vibrations on our palms. Let us bring our right hand towards the photograph of Shri Mataji and take our left hand and face it towards the sky, pointing backwards. With this, we pray that all the excessive heat, all the negativities on our right channel be kindly taken away into the ether element. Let us bring back both our hands towards Shri Mataji's photograph, and with our attention on Sahasrar, close our eyes and just meditate. Push back any thoughts. Try to be in the present. Let us take our left hand and put it on the liver, on the right hand side, on the liver, which is the seat of our attention at the subtle level. Here we pray to our Kundalini to bring calmness into our attention. Help us to experience the peace within. We can bring our hand in the original position again. Open our eyes and let us try and maintain our attention on the Sahasrara. We are going to listen to a short speech by Shri Mataji about stress and how to handle it. There is another short speech after that. These are both very short speeches, but they are very helpful in understanding the manifestations of stress. She is giving some really practical examples how stress manifests and how we can make fun out of it and not really get stressed, not really get upset about situations. So with our attention on Sahasrara, we listen to the first short speech.
So this is how Mahamaya plays. They had planned everything. They had all the arrangements made and the sari was missing. Alright. So they came and told me that the sari is missing. So now what to do? You can't have puja without the sari according to them. So I said, alright, let's wait. If it arrives in time, we'll have it. Otherwise, we can have it later. But I was least disturbed, least upset, because I do not have a mental conception of it. But if you have a mental conception, oh, we have programmed everything, arranged everything, we have done this, and now it's fizzling out. Doesn't matter. Nothing is fizzling out. But that is what we cannot do. Because you asked me today what is Mahamaya, this is what it is. You must learn to accept whatever comes your way. That's one of the things. And here where we feel frustrated, angry, upset, and spoil our joy. One of the things. Because we make a mental projection. Mentally we calculate something. This has to be. And it's really in a way a subtle ego feeling. Because I thought That's what is destined, all right, we'll have it tomorrow. What does it matter? In any case, I told Mr. Srivastava that I'll be back only about 2 o'clock. He said, why not in the morning? I don't think it will be feasible. So, this is how you become a Vyagra. Vyagra means person who is worried, the one who is not worried. So we worry because of 2 things. Firstly, we worry that what will happen in the future. Future doesn't exist. If you have made up your mind that this should happen in the future, then you get upset. That's one thing. But you have not any mental picture. You will see what comes on the scene. You will watch whatever appears. Then you are not worried because you are anxious to see what's going to happen. That's one way that you feel hurt, that or you are worried. Secondly, you worry when you have built up a picture of that. Oh, we are going to have a puja now, and we are not having. So you are upset. But what difference does it make? And then you cannot enjoy my talk today and the puja tomorrow. Because today you think it was going to be puja, we are all dressed up well, very nice. We spend so much time to get ready for the puja, all right, we can do it tomorrow also. What does it matter? We really decorated ourselves well. We were all ready for the puja, we were sitting here for the puja, and now what has happened? I didn't wear my sari for puja at all. I knew what was coming. So, it's all right to see you like this, because normally the puja I never see you dressed like this. I'm busy with myself. Now I can see you nicely dressed. I feel very happy about it. And these mental things are responsible for frustrating us. Like, as I was telling you about money, same thing happens. In India, people come, they keep so much money for buying things. You see, sometimes they come loaded just like we call traders. The customs are so kind. I mean, Sahajogis have a free pass, whether in India or in England or anywhere. And then they have a mental picture, we buy this, right? And so much we spend. And if they have to spend some money for something else, they get upset because they have decided to spend so much. So then they go to spend some money. There's also, you see how Mahamaya works. It has happened with all of you. So they go and buy something. I'll tell you, Gavin bought one, an image. I don't know, he paid about, I think, 500 rupees. You know, how much have you paid? About 4,000 or I don't know. How many pounds you paid for that? Huh? 40 pounds. He paid 40 pounds for that thing. I would not even pay 5 pounds for that. And I said, what's this? How did you buy? Oh, it's a very nice thing, mother. We got it in Agra. I said, it is from Nepal. If you buy it in Agra, it will be very expensive. And it's such a waste. But the worst was the vibrations were very bad. They thought they have bought something great. And the vibrations were very bad. And I noticed it, so he said, all right, mother, I'll keep it in your house and you improve the vibration. I tried, it would not work out. I said, Gavin, what to do now? You sink it in the Thames. I don't know what to do. And then luckily it happened. CP said that I have to take some present of Buddha, Japan. I said, these Japanese exhibitors are good for nothing. No booth is going to trouble them. So he said, can I buy something? I said, Buddha things, it's not easy to get here. But I have an Avalokiteshvara, would you like to take that? He said, what is the price? I said, 40 pounds. He said, all right, I'll buy. And he bought it for 40 pounds. I said, all right, give it to the Japanese fellow. He was a very nasty person. I said, good for him. And I palmed it off. That's how. You see, because I knew that it will have some purpose somewhere. So this is how our mental images are so rigid that there's no flexibility in our understanding. And if you start making it flexible, then, and this is very early stages when Gavin had gone to India, very early stage. Now he is different. So if you become flexible, then what happens? You see the joy of it. You see how things get adjusted. But if it is rigid, then you get caught up into your own rigidity. And you can never enjoy it. Because there's no movement for the Mahamaya power. And that's how then you feel frustrated. You see, it is all your own creation. The mental projection is your creation. And also the destruction is your creation. Nobody is responsible for that. You are responsible. But who does that? Is Mahamaya. Sankalpa vikalpa karoti. You do decide something. You say, now, today I will go to Birmingham. I have to go to Birmingham. I can't come for a meditation. I have to. After some time you will find that it's impossible to do something, but to do what is needed for surgery. Because whenever you will try to do something, you will find it will frustrate you, it will upset you. If not, then it will make you realize what is important, what you are missing. Sometimes you get lost on the way. You think that, oh God, we have lost the way, what to do, now where to go. If I was you, I would say, all right, you've lost the way, must be to find something else. And there I find something else, which I've been looking for days together. I just see that. So, if you trust your joy-giving quality of your spirit, that you are not going to lose that quality of the spirit at any cost, then that acts as a guide. And you understand the flexibility of all these worldly transitory things. They are all changeable. Only you cannot change because you are the spirit.
So let us meditate for a couple of minutes, reminiscing what we just heard on this talk. Let's close our eyes and just reminiscing what Shrimataji mentioned about rigidity and flexibility and not being set in our ways. The next clip is extract from another speech by Shrimataji. In this, Shrimataji is stressing on being relaxed and not being rigid.
You have not entered into any competition here, just to relax. Just relax. Then the more you want to do about Sahaja Yoga, again you are tense. I have to meditate early in the morning, I have to get up tomorrow early in the morning. You see, you go on questioning yourself, whole night you won't sleep. And when you are meditating, you are dozing. Relax. God is looking after you, believe me. He is going to give you realization and He is going to look after you and He is going to wake you up in the morning too. But relax. The first idea that I can do it is wrong. He has to. It's not working out because you think you can do it. If you can come to this conclusion that I cannot do it, it is His mercy, His graciousness has to come. But after realization, you have to do something in the sense, you have to desire. But when I say you have to desire it, again you will say, all right, now I am going to sit down here and nail myself to this place and I am going to sit down and desire. This desire is a dead desire. You see, just pushed onto your head that, oh, I must desire, mother has told I must desire. You have to be hungry. You don't say that I have to desire, that I have to be hungry. The hunger is from within, which is there, no doubt, but is clouded. The hunger is clouded because you have fear. If you put a goat before a tiger and give him to eat, he will reduce with that eating whatever it is. Because it has that fear that there is a tiger which is going to eat him. So first kill all the imaginary tigers around you. Again we come back to the same. That desire must come from within. And it is there. What is clouded? Relax. It should not be that I am very relaxed. It's childlike. It's simple. A relaxed person is just like a child. So not to get frantic, try to relax. That's all. For everybody. But relaxation never means that you are inactive. On the contrary, the person who is relaxed is extremely active on the exterior, but inside is absolutely silent, absolutely relaxed and at ease. Outside you may feel, As you know now, at this time, tremendous vibrations are flowing. And I can see the flow, tremendous. And all the chakras are doing like this around me. But I see them and they are playing. At the most I may stop talking, but it is flowing. So whether it is for the seeking or for anything else in the world, the first thing is that you must take an attitude of a relaxed witness. If you can do that, then those who are not feeling vibrations will definitely feel. I've seen people on whom I've been working, it wouldn't work out. Of course, they were not rude or even arrogant, but felt very sad that they couldn't get the vibration. So I said, all right, today you go and enjoy the flowers in the garden, enjoy the birds, and talk to the sky and come back to it. It works out. Because you have been always like this. In Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to achieve anything. You become. First you become, and then mentally you understand Sahaja.
Again, let us close our eyes and rewind in our Sahasrar what Sri Mataji just said about being relaxed and taking things as they come. Let's meditate on that for a couple of minutes. let us open our eyes. I have prepared a couple of slides on today's session, which primarily are a summation of what Srimataji said in these two short clippings of her speeches. So being conscious of time, I'll just move on to the two slides. So what is stress? So stress is a form, it's a form of pressure. It's created at many levels, at at mental, at physical and emotional levels. And as a result of adverse situations that we face on a daily basis, this stress gets generated. It could be work related, it could be a social situation or something else. We don't know. In terms of the impact that stress can have on us, it causes health issues at a physical level, poor memory and concentration, disturbed sleep, reliance on medications, anger and aggression, lack of self-confidence and self-esteem. Let us see how we can avoid and let go stress and how it is created. So when we look at the creation of stress from a Sahaja Yoga perspective, stress is primarily created in the human body if any of our channels are overworked, if there's an imbalance in that. Secondly, a gap in our desires and actions will also result in anxiety and stress getting generated. And last but not the least, a major cause of stress are when we are set in our ways, as Srimataji said in the first lecture. When things don't go to plan, that has the ability to cause us stress. And of course, ego, which is always a big contributor to stress. So let's talk about ways to let go of this stress. This can be done. First of all, it's a lost battle if we try to combat stress at a mental level. The battle is lost even before it starts. The cause of the stress is because of imbalances. So the cure has to be a complete balanced life. And for that, the first thing that we should do is, irrespective of what situation we are going through, we need to meditate regularly. We have to form a discipline in this aspect. Regular meditation with constant evaluation of our chakras, of our subtle system, of our vibrations. As the second way to avoid and let go stress is absolute surrender. And you may notice those stars around this particular way to avoid stress. That is because in situations, or rather situations which have the capability to generate stress for us, usually the situation is not in our control. It is out of our hands. And when things don't go as planned, as mother said, then instead of being upset, we should accept it and witness the situation and accept it with the understanding that the divine has some other plan for it. There is probably something better that is in store for us. So we should leave some of these things, surrender some of these things for the divine to work it out. When a situation is not under our control, its outcome is bound to cause stress because it's not under our control. And it's precisely in exactly these situations, in these cases, that we need to surrender to the divine. The next is forgive and forget. As Mother said in the second lecture, in the second clipping, that we have to be like kids, innocent like children. Taking the example of children, so one moment they can fight, and then next moment they'll forgive and forget and everything, and they'll be playing together with whoever they were having a fight with. So that's the aspect that Shrimataji was saying in that we have to forgive and forget. And last but not the least, a balanced lifestyle. We know this, we all know this. Excess of anything is bad. So it is easier said than done, no doubt, but we have to make a conscious effort to lead a balanced life. Work is important, but so is our own personal time, our spiritual ascent. We need to give equal importance to all the aspects. Therefore, balanced lifestyle is one of the most important things that we in this day and age need to try and achieve. And Sahaja Yoga definitely helps us immensely. That was the summation I could make out of what I have understood from those two clippings. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take any questions at this point. Not sure, David, if people will be able to unmute themselves, or should the questions be asked over chat?
Yeah, people will be able to unmute themselves.
Okay. Okay. I do not see any questions at the moment.
I have a question.
Go on,
Hello.
Anita.
I just want to ask, is it possible to live like tomorrow would not exist?
Sorry, repeat your question. Is it possible?
Because I've heard her saying that tomorrow doesn't exist. So how could we live in a way, like be present in a way that tomorrow doesn't exist? So I think it would change our way of living, like life.
Yes, absolutely.
How can I do that? That would
Good
solve all my
question.
problems, you know?
Good question. Very good question. So, Anita, one of the primary concepts of Sahaja Yoga is that when we do our meditation, we do not think a lot. We do not think about the future or the past, because both of them they kind of pull us in different directions, and instead of focusing on either future or the past, we try to stay in balance in the middle, in the present. it's a very difficult thing, no doubt, to try and keep our attention on the central channel constantly. We are human beings. It's bound to happen, but the intention is that we stay in balance, we stay in the present, and meditating on that, meditating to make sure that we are avoiding any such situations, and meditating to keep our attention in the present. That is one of the ways that you can achieve this. Not sure if I answered your question completely.
No, that's great. That's great. I totally understand that. And if I do try to be in like the crown chakra, right? The top chakra, and or be in the middle, like rather than be on one or the other side, I just feel like my feel some funny feeling inside, like it's like I'm coming out of the comfort zone, if you know what I mean. It's just my body doesn't want to. I think it just needs a practice, because at the moment when I do that, it just feels like it's not normal for me. It's just I'm a bit like funny with that. But yeah, I think it just needs practice, right?
Absolutely. Practice is absolutely key, crucial. Again, going back to the slide, the first point that I mentioned there of ways to let go is regular meditation. And so the practice of regular meditation, when you when we put ourselves into a discipline with regards to our meditation, that's what it's going to help you achieve what you are trying to achieve. One thing that does help, and it helps me a lot, is I consider my meditation, my time that I give for my meditation, as I'm investing in my own self. When I meditate, I benefit. When I meditate, my family doesn't benefit. My colleagues in the office don't benefit. So my meditation is something that I am doing for myself. And when I sit down for my meditation, I do get thoughts. We all do get thoughts. But at that time, we have to understand this is the time when I am, this is the time I'm giving to myself, to my benefit, to my spiritual ascent, which is the most important for me. So I need to make sure that I do not compromise on my meditation at any point in time. And that's the discipline aspect of meditation. That's just a suggestion. I'm not trying to kind of teach something. I'm just sharing my attitude towards my meditation.
Your attitude is amazing, and I believe every single person should meditate. It should be like the same kind of attitude like towards eating. Eating is important, and meditation is also important. So
that's
I think
a good
it should
analogy.
be going together.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
So, thank you so much. It was really nice. Thank you. Amazing.
Thank you, Anita. Any other questions? Okay, we are 2 minutes over. So on that note, I would say thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next Thursday.